Good morning, good evening. Megan Mitchell here. It is Thursday and I have not made a video since last week. I hope everyone had a wonderful extended weekend. If you are in the States, we had Monday off. But today I want to talk to you about the art of caring but not carrying. Caring but not carrying. And what I mean by that is the power of intentional detachment. Now, detachment often carries a negative connotation, but purposeful detachment is different. It's not emotional withdrawal or indifference. It's self-awareness and discipline. And I don't know if any of you have ever seen the meme. It's pretty popular. It's a woman who is, she's going all different directions. She's trying to figure out what to do. There's all these different things pulling her. And it's pretty accurate in today's world. We're being pulled in so many different directions all the time that our focus is very detached. It's very separated. It's very, not intentional. But like I said, intentional detachment is a powerful tool for being more productive and being more effective. At its core, purposeful detachment is about making a deliberate choice regarding what deserves our attention and energy. And there are many ways that we can practice intentional detachment. And I'm talking about all of this in a very positive way. So, don't think of it in, trying to just check out on life sort of way, but in a way that is meaningful and helpful. Most obviously, physical detachment. We can get overwhelmed and try to do too many things, try to be too many places. Personally, I'm a person who needs a lot of downtime or a lot of alone time in order to be effective. I teach, this is my 25th year teaching. I teach primarily teenagers, everything from 13 to 18, and I interact with about 100 kids a day or more, and I need time after work to completely detach, which is why I often decline for invitations on things in the evening. I need that time away. I'm a person who absorbs other people's energies. I absorb the emotions of others. I think, a lot of people call it an empath. If you're someone like that, you will probably need a great deal of physical, actual space, detaching. But I want to talk about some other ways that we can personally use intentional detachment to be more effective. And the first one is mindful living. And mindfulness is a kind of a catchphrase now that's used a lot. But really what it is living in the moment. We get so much, so engaged in daily practices. Mindfulness encourages us to stay conscious and in the present moment. Slowing down, making a deliberate choice to slow down and savor life as it unfolds. This means taking the time to do whatever you're doing with full attention, practicing single task activities rather than multitasking, focusing on one task at a time. We think we can be more effective by doing so many different things, but if our brains are always in one place and our bodies are in another, are we truly being effective? We can detach. That's a great way to detach from all of the external things and just be present in that one moment. I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of thinking about so many different things while I'm doing one thing and not really experiencing that moment. Practicing being truly in the moment allows for an escape from adversity and a conservation of inner energy. This is the thing, when I'm thinking about all these different things, I'm utilizing so much energy internally, while also, using energy externally by the physical things that I'm doing. So intentional detachment is also mindfulness and a great way for you to be more effective. Detach from control. Learn to navigate experiences without being overly attached to the outcomes. And I talked about this in a past video, the journey versus the destination mentality. We have to detach from the outcome in order to fully enjoy what we're doing at the time. Detach from judgment. Cultivate a non-judgmental outlook towards people and towards experiences. It allows for forgiveness, and allows for forgiveness of others and for forgiveness of yourself. And, for making mistakes. We're going to make mistakes. So try to detach from so much judgment. Mel Robbins is, if you've ever heard of Mel Robbins, she's a very popular podcaster, author, and she has a saying, let them, which has really become very popular now. Let them, just basically saying, let other people do what they need to do. Let other people judge you, and don't be attached to that. I talked about criticism and the critics. Let them be confident and detached in a way that makes you not concerned with what others are doing or not concerned with what others are thinking about you. It's really none of your business what other people think about you. I think that's a really powerful statement. All right, so I want to shift to a business perspective and how detachment can be utilized in an organization or in business. Detachment in business refers to maintaining professional emotional distance, allowing for objective decision making, reducing burnout, and improving resilience against organizational stress. So, especially in our journey with Ash, we have had periods where Ash has been very visible, Ash has been very available, and then we have periods like right now where Ash has been somewhat detached. That's not a bad thing. That's probably very intentional, because Ash has to choose where he's utilizing his energy, and he has to choose how he's focusing in order to have the best outcome in the future. So benefits of detachment in business: reduced burnout. It prevents the negative physical and mental impacts of over-investing emotionally in daily work and in members of the organization. We all want to see Ash. We all want to talk to Ash. And I believe that Ash loves to talk to us. I believe he's very much a people person and that he thrives off of interactions. However, it's a lot like if you can't see the forest for the trees. If you're too close to all of the different emotions of people, all of the different opinions of people, you can't make an objective decision. Second, better decision making. It enables leaders and employees to make decisions based on data and strategy rather than emotional attachment or fear. So it creates less biased decision making. Ash cannot be influenced by every opinion of every previous founder, every person who's involved in Victory with Ash. He can't make decisions based on all of these different people and all of the different whims that everybody wants. He has to make decisions based on the big picture. Improved creativity and focus. By letting go of the need to control every detail, individuals can foster a more collaborative and innovative environment. So, letting go of attachment, detaching, allows us to open up more ideas and allows us to open up more creativity within business. And then lastly, enhanced adaptability. It allows for flexibility in strategies and overcoming the rigidness that comes with being too attached to a specific plan. Again, back to Victory with Ash and back to this whole experience with Ash. If Ash tells us what's going to happen ahead of time and then the plan changes, You know, there's potential for disappointment or potential for frustration. It's almost better, which Ash has told us in the past, that he's going to wait until things are done and then come out and announce them. He has to be open to flexibility. He has to be open to adjusting the plan as he goes, because things arise that he didn't initially account for. So I'll read you a last few things. I love this. I think this is a great way to look at it. Detachment provides opportunities to step away from the dance floor, where you only see what's around you, which is basically working in the business, and transitions to the balcony view, working on the business, where you have a very different, more objective picture of the whole. Ash has transferred to the balcony sort of view right now. This objective view can help you get out of the weeds and focus on the big picture. The associated critical thinking can ultimately lead you to make meaningful improvements to the dance floor experience. He wants to make meaningful improvements to our experience. And sometimes that requires him to step off the dance floor. A final thought. Purposeful detachment isn't about stepping away from life. It's about stepping into it with intention. It allows us to conserve energy for what truly matters: our relationships, our creativity, and our sense of purpose. I hope this helps you. We all need to detach sometimes, whether that is taking a step away from, whether it's taking a step away from making videos, taking a step away from being available for people all of the time. We have to create boundaries around ourselves to protect our energy and to protect our emotions. Have a blessed Thursday.